Am I the jerk for making my wedding a no-kids event, even though my sister threatened not to come? So, I'm getting married to my fiancée this fall. We've been together for 5 years, and planning this wedding has been both exciting and stressful. We're paying for most of it ourselves with a little help from his parents, which means we've had to be really thoughtful about budget, guest list, and logistics. From the very beginning, one thing we both agreed on was this. We wanted an adults-only wedding. Now, let me be clear. We both love kids. My fiancée has nieces and nephews, and I'm known as aunt to several of my cousin's kids. I think they're adorable, but for our wedding, we pictured something elegant and low-key. We wanted guests to relax, enjoy themselves, and not have to worry about wrangling little ones during the ceremony or reception. We also knew the venue we chose, an old historic estate, wasn't particularly kid-friendly. The place has delicate furniture, breakable antiques, and even a pond on the property that made us nervous about safety. So early in planning, we decided no kids. The only exceptions would be the flower girl and ring bearer, who would leave after the ceremony. We put this information clearly on the invitations and even added a polite, frequently asked questions section on our wedding website that said, "While we love your children, our wedding will be an adults-only celebration. We appreciate your understanding." Most people seemed fine with it. Some relatives asked for clarification, but once we explained, they said, "Okay, no problem. We'll make arrangements." But then came my sister. My sister has 3 kids, a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old. She is very much a my kids go everywhere I go kind of parent. She doesn't believe in babysitters and thinks family events should always include children. When she got her invitation and saw the no kids note, she called me immediately. Wait, so my kids aren't invited? Me, right? We decided to make the wedding child-free. We really want an adults-only atmosphere. That's ridiculous. We're family. My kids are your nieces and nephew. You seriously expect me to leave them behind? I tried to explain our reasoning: budget, space, safety, but she wasn't having it. She said I was being selfish and excluding family. She told me weddings are about family coming together, and kids are part of that. I reminded her that the flower girl and ring bearer would be there, but only briefly. She shot back, so it's okay for their kids, but not mine? That's playing favorites. Since then, it's been a battle. My sister insists she won't come if her kids can't come. She even said, if my kids aren't welcome, then neither am I. I told her I'd be sad if she chose not to come, but I wasn't going to change the rule just for her. Now the situation has spread through the family. My mom is trying to stay neutral, but keeps saying things like, "It's a shame your sister feels left out." My dad, however, is firmly on my sister's side. He told me, "Family comes first. Your wedding is one day, but you'll regret it if your sister isn't there because of some silly rule." Meanwhile, my fiancé is 100% with me. He says, "We agreed on this together. It's our wedding, not theirs. If she doesn't want to respect our wishes, that's her choice." But now I feel torn. On one hand, I don't want drama overshadowing my wedding. On the other hand, I feel like caving on this would set a bad precedent that our boundaries don't matter if someone complains loudly enough. To give you the full picture, here's some more details about why this is such a sticking point. Our venue has a strict capacity limit. Every child takes up a spot that could go to an adult friend or family member. With food and drinks costing over $100 per head, every seat matters. If we invited kids, we'd either blow the budget or have to cut adults we actually want there. We chose evening hours with a formal dinner and dancing. Not exactly kid-friendly. We don't want parents stressed about bedtime meltdowns or kids running across the dance floor during the first dance. We want adults to let loose and have fun. Like I mentioned, the venue has a pond, antique furniture, and breakable decor. It's not fenced in, and kids could easily wander. I'd be a nervous wreck the whole time. This isn't the first time my sister has pushed back on boundaries. At family dinners, she expects everyone to cater to her kids' picky eating habits. On holidays, she insists we open gifts in a certain order so her kids can go first. She's the kind of parent who thinks family events revolve around the children. I can't help but feel this is less about the wedding and more about control. Ever since our conversation, my sister has been distant. She skipped my bridal shower, and said she didn't feel welcome. At a recent family barbecue, she made passive-aggressive comments like, "Well, some people think kids don't belong at family events." Even my cousins have started weighing in. One cousin told me privately she thinks I'm right it's our wedding, and we're allowed to set rules. Another cousin said she thinks it's sad my sister's kids are being excluded when they're part of the family. My dad even tried to negotiate, suggesting we allow the kids just for the ceremony. But the venue charges per guest, even if they're only there for part of the event. Plus, we worried that if we allowed them for the ceremony, they'd end up staying for the reception anyway. At this point, my fiancé and I have decided to stand firm. I'll admit I feel guilty. I don't want to look back on wedding photos and not see my sister there. I don't want this to create a permanent rift in the family. But on the flip side, I also feel like weddings are one of those rare moments in life where the couple's wishes should come first. If we can't set boundaries on our own wedding day, then when can we? I also wonder about fairness. If we make an exception for my sister, how do we explain that to other guests with kids? Several friends and cousins already made babysitting arrangements. Wouldn't it be unfair to them if my sister got to bring her kids? And what about the message it sends? If I bend now, am I just reinforcing the idea that my sister's feelings always outweigh everyone else's? That's been a pattern in the family for years, and honestly, I'm tired of it. So, I'm stuck in this tug of war between wanting peace and wanting to stand up for myself.